Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to build the ridge amplifier for your storm shield defences. Okay, this is going to be different to the endurance build that I showed you in a previous video. Started to build the Blockade here first of all, so I might as well show you what I've already done here first. And all it consists of basically is the walls, the ceilings, the walls, the ceiling or floors, with the pyramids on top of the flat floors, as you see here, and then at the front you can put the two flat floors bent into the 50% upright positions like so. Alright, build up two more walls high so that you're 3 blocks high off the ground. Alright, and my friend, I assume, will go behind me and upgrade, if that's okay with you. And then that'll make life a little bit easier, and then it'll get us quickly to the point of trapping out. Right, so firstly, as you saw in the previous video, there's 2 meteors that we're going to need to shift on this particular amplifier. Okay, one will naturally hit around here, the other one hits somewhere over here somewhere. Okay, so we need to push this one further over to the right or to the west, and we need to push or keep that one. That's in a path of where some of the floor plan is going to be, so we need to move that one more into the center here. Okay, right, and to do that we firstly need to place 2 flats here, another flat there, move over to this side, and then put a straight all the way down like so. Alright, now we're going to need to start creating the Blockade, because we're not going to allow them to come up this ridge here. We're going to set 2 slopes, one either side, which they will then use to get up to the amplifier rather than the ridge area here. Okay, so we put in another half piece, another one, and that one there. Okay, right, now that we've done that, this piece here is your key piece, floor piece, which then moves the meteor for this side over to that area there. Okay, out the way of your build. Right, now we'll put a box around there, and we'll put in the first set of walls up like so. Alright, we can put a wall here and then carry on all the way down the back behind the Blockade. Okay, we'll first stick a pyramid there, we'll stick another pyramid there. These eventually will be turned into a 45 up like that. Okay, but for now, for upgrade purposes, we're just going to leave it like that. Okay, right, now if you come back here and place the wall here, put a ceiling on top here, and then do the same this side. Alright, so they're both the same either side. We can put another wall there as well. Right, now we're going to come down and place a wall here, a wall here, a wall here, and one above it there. Okay, right, so this is the floor plan in place. Okay, now we'll leave these 2 45s down in the pyramid positions, because we will need to put some traps in behind there. This wall and the wall opposite will be sound walls, because sound walls will actually work through a 45. Okay, so we'll be putting heal or increase, one of the 2 on one side and then the opposite on the other. Okay, and that will be the same for these 2 walls here and this one over here. Okay, right, now that we've got this area here sorted out, what we're going to do is we're going to start putting the flooring up the top. This is basically those first 8 like so. Then we'll place 2 more here, we'll put an upturn here and another flat there. Okay, so there's your floor plan so far. Come back over to here and we'll put our first set of walls in. Okay, we'll put a pyramid there for now, and we'll need to put 2 more pyramids here. Oh, sorry about that. Right, and then we'll put a wall here, a 45 there. You don't necessarily put any more in that, I would say. If you do have any problems with any husks trying to get through here, just add that one there and that one there, okay? But for now, you should be okay with just adding the wall and the 45 there, okay? Right, now for the ceilings, we'll put the ceiling here, there, like so. And one more there. This one is it's just a barricade box really. It doesn't actually need to be accessible. We'll put a box in there like so, okay? So we'll save ourselves a structure with the ceiling on top in there. We'll place a wall here, and we'll place a wall there. That one also needs a wall there, okay? Right, so this is your basic design here. If we then come down the sides here with the wall and connect up with that side, and on the opposite side here we'll also do the same, just to there though, okay? If you wanted to, actually, you want to come down there and put those three, or two should I say, there, so you've got the 1, 2, 3. It just stops any flingers or lobbers from wanting to chuck over there towards the amplifier, okay? Right, now that that's in place, what we want to do is jump up on top of this ceiling area and then place your 4 walls across the front like so. Then turn into a ceiling or floor, jump up and place your first here all the way along, and then cover this area here, and then finally that one. Right, so now we've got a ceiling 3 blocks high. The meteors will pass through that without causing any damage, and then these ones will all have ceiling drop traps on them, being that they're 3 blocks high. Okay, here we go, look, demonstration. Boom, lovely, no damage whatsoever. Right, now what we want to do is, if we come on the other side of this blockade again, and we put our first ceiling, and we'll go all the way along, keep going until we hit that rock face there to our left. Okay, now drop down here, continue the ceilings on there, and then we can continue the wall all the way around the left hand side like so. Alright, now we want to turn this up again and make our way all the way back. This is basically for the flinger or lobber shield. Okay, that'll be fine there. And if you wanted to, because lobbers can get a bit nasty across here, is just complete it up to this line. So you don't need to place traps along all of these. It's just that this helps for flinger protection, etc. Okay, now what we want to do is come back here, continue the lobber shield or flinger protection across the back there like so, and then what we can do is, what we got, 1, 2, 3, we could just go across here like so. Now leave this one open and we can place another one there. Okay, now place a wall there and then jump up and put a final ceiling up there, giving you 3 blocks down, so you can put a tyre on this one as well. These and that one will be a tyre. All of these will be tired except for a couple, which I'll show you in a minute. Okay, that's fine. Now, because the amplifier is over there, you don't really necessarily need to put any sides on this here. Nothing's going to fling through there. Nothing's really going to fling through there. It's mainly only the ones that are facing the amplifier, so you cover that up. Cover these ones up there, and then you put this over here like so. Alright. Now, we put our blockade in. This is more of a prevention really, to stop the husks thinking they can just bash up through there, over there, and come up this way. So you do that like so. That'll be enough. And your final blockade, just again prevention, you put these ones in here. Right, now that these have been upgraded, we can turn those down into the lower pyramid positions. Just go underneath and make sure everything's here is all upgraded, which it is. That's lovely. Right, again, like I say, this key part here has to be flat. You don't necessarily need to upgrade it, it just needs to be present, okay? And whilst that's there, the Meteor will push and fall here and miss your tunnelling system completely, okay? Okay. Right, now that that's all done and fully upgraded, I will move on to trapping out, okay? So what we're going to do first is come inside the build and we'll place the first sound wall behind this pyramid here so that we can now close it up finally. We'll put a heal. It doesn't matter whether you use reload speed or anything like that. I'm just using a full durability and heal on there, okay? So we'll go with that side. And the other one that side, which then allows us to then close that up. Okay, now being that we've used heal, I'm going to be putting 2 broadsides on these two and 2 broadsides on these two, okay? And to do that, we're going to go to our broadsides and select heal at the bottom, okay? And there's the perk table for the broadsides that I'm using. We'll place 2 there. We'll place 1 there. This one doesn't necessarily need to be a heal. We can, if you wanted to, go a little bit more and then put a 144 on there with just durability. Okay, nothing's really going to really attack that wall too much. Okay, right, so that's the heal done on this side. Now before you forget, what I would suggest you do then is once you've done that is then come in to the back area here, open this up temporarily, and then place your increase traps along the back wall in here. Okay, so you've got a heal and increase on here. Okay, so that's that done. And now, as you're probably aware, there is a big phasing problem in this game. Alright, now you do get phases come through here sometimes. It's an unfortunate thing, but we just have to deal with it. Or even if husks do actually break through here, what we're going to do is we're going to put some ceiling electric fields on the underside of this. Now one I would avoid placing anything on is this one, because if you jump up through here you'll see that this is your little area here, and if you do see anything in your mini-map causing problems underneath, you don't necessarily have to jump through. You can actually come through this way, sort the problem out and come back up. So what I would suggest you do is actually leave this tile here blank of any traps underside or on top, okay? Because this is like a little trap door, okay? Everything else you can trap up, all right? Now what I do here is normally I would just put crit on these ones. 1, 2, that side. 1, 2, that side. These 2 here I will put some tar pits on. 1 and 2, like so. Alright, and then as far as wall launchers go, because once they come up here we can push the wall launchers and push them right back that way. Okay, now we can use 2x or even 3 depending on what your durability is going to be like. Now this will only get hit once, maybe twice on a random on your SSD, so I wouldn't worry too much about durability for now. And like I say, that this can be used if you wish to on your endurance, but we do find it does get a little bit annihilated, especially on the fire wave further up into the waves. Okay, so I would recommend once you've done SSD 10 is take this build out and put in the endurance build that I've showed you in a previous video, of which I'll put the link in the description for you. Okay, now what we're going to do now is put the 3x on this side. We'll put a 3x on this side, and then on this one we can put a 1x either side, just to push them back into that block there. Okay, now these two, because sometimes if you use a 3x, we have noticed that the right husks can just roll off into this area here and get caught. Okay, so to prevent that from happening, what we're going to do is put a 4x wall launcher on this one and on this one. Okay, now we're going to put wall darts on that wall, that wall, that wall, and that wall. Okay, and then for the ceilings we're going to go, and like I explained in one of my previous videos, rather than put ceiling electric fields all the way through, because they go off by a 3x3 in a 2 area, so you might have 2 next to each other go off at the same time, and then you've got both traps useless for a few seconds whilst they reload. So what I tend to do is mix and match, especially when you're at a 1 block high ceiling area, is mix them with something else, another trap, and I tend to go for ceiling electric fields and gas traps. Okay, so we put a ceiling electric there, we'll put another one there, we'll put another one there, and then we can put another one, let's just, and we'll put another one here, I'd say. Alright, now we're mixing the gas traps, and we'll put one here, and one here. Okay, this area here, what I would do is, this would be the final kill, so you basically want to put a ceiling zapper on here. We can put broadsides both sides there, and a 144 retractable floor spike there. Okay, and then finally, if you wanted to, you can put another wall dart on this wall here, so facing out, so if anything does get as far as there, at least they'll get one in the back as well. Okay, now if we come down here a little bit, we've done the sound wall behind there obviously. Now what we're going to want to do is put a couple of heel wooden floor spikes on these 2 slopes, so we're going to craft ourselves 2 of these. Whilst that's crafting, we'll complete the other ones. We'll put a 144 here, here and here, and a 144 here and here. Okay, now that the other 2 have been crafted, we can place those 2 on the slopes, one there and one there. Okay, and then we'll put 2 ceiling electric fields in this side, one above the other, 1, 2, and on this side 1, 2, oh, 2. To change that back out, there we go. Right, okay, now for the tyre drop traps, and again, as I explained in previous videos, make sure that when you place tyre drop traps, I'm going to place this here just for demonstration at the moment. Notice how you've got the green bottle here facing towards the spawn, and that will obviously change depending on what direction you place it in. Alright, so the rule of thumb is with tyre drop traps, when you place them, always make sure that your back is towards the spawn, so that the tyres, when they drop, their natural fall direction will be in the direction of that gas trap there, or shall I say gas bottle there. Okay, so bear that in mind when you place them. So you get your, there's your spawn, you put your back to the spawn, and then you place your tyres like so. You can make sure it's upgraded, please, Aquaz. It's above my head. Right, so there's your tyre drop traps in place. Okay, now what we're going to do is put in some sound walls. Now this here, in previous builds we have put ceiling electric fields all over here for more like a spawn kill, but we find that that's really not necessary, so it's just there more as a lobber shield than anything. Okay, now actually before we continue, we're going to continue with some more tyre drop traps here on those 3 on the slope, and then again across here like so. All right, one there, we can come out by one here, come along, and then 2 there, just so if anything does decide to want to try and gnaw on these walls here or anything like that. Right, now that we've done that, we're going to place some sound walls on here just to get rid of the propanes. We'll place a effect duration on here, and on this one we'll then place an effect duration on this one here. Okay, and then we'll place a heel sound wall on this one and a heel on this one this side. Okay, now to get the best of both worlds, we're going to put a increase Zapper Max on this wall, and we'll put an increase Zapper Max on this wall. Okay, these two will have wall darts, one either side, and then we'll put a heel Zapper Max this side, and we'll put a increase Zapper Max this side. Okay, and then what we can do, it's up to you what you put on these two here. You can either put wall launchers on this one and on this side if you want to bring them back out into the middle, or you can just put wall darts or anything like them on there for now. Okay, but we're going to go with probably just wall darts for now. One there, one there. Okay, right, and finally we'll put another tyre up there like so, and then we'll put another one. Now notice how this slope here is facing downhill, so what we're going to need to do is put the rather than put our back to the spawn this time, we're going to put our back to this area here so we get a more of a downward motion. Alright, that one like so, and that's all done there. Now we want to put a couple of anti-airs down here. So when you place anti-airs, depending on the direction you want to place the anti-airs, always make sure that your right shoulder is facing the direction of which you want them to be set in. Alright, so we take our first anti-air, we'll place that one that side so that it's facing in that direction. We'll then come over to this side, stand in the opposite direction and place that one that side. Okay, now you can, if you want to, place another one on here if you want, or across the top here, but because we've got all this open area here covered, then I don't really think you're going to need any more anti-airs than what's in here already. Now what you can do sometimes as well as an alternative measure, rather than place a wooden floor spike here, is place an anti-air facing out this way, and on this side again, rather than the wooden floor spike, is put an under anti-air facing out that way as well. Okay, or here facing this direction so that it's ready to shoot in this area here. Okay, that's it really. I think we just come through and double check. You don't need anything around the amplifier at the moment in time, as there's no mini bosses to be dealing with, and the smashers really take care of themselves in there. Now a suggestion, when you run your SSDs, make sure that you're standing back here at the amplifier. Let the trap tunnel deal with everything. Alright, that is enough in there for you not to get involved, go in there and start shooting guns blazing and stuff like that, because if you do that, you have more chance of failing and causing a bigger problem for yourself than you are if you just stand back and let everything do what it's got to do. Okay, because as soon as you get in here and get close, the smashers get angry, they start charging, shooting through there, bashing through this, so it just causes a lot more headache than it's worth. As you can see, this is plenty for an SSD wave to deal with. You don't need to get involved. Make sure when the wave starts you're standing around here on this side of the amplifier, not over here so that you're attracting any husks towards the Blockade. You want them over here so that they naturally come towards you. The amp and the assassin husks are all programmed to come in the direction you stand. Okay, so be here, and that's basically it. Okay, there is your SSD build for the Ridge amplifier. I'll just come around the front here like so. Oh, drop down. There it is. I don't think I've forgotten anything. That should be fine as it is. Brilliant. Okay. Well, if you found this video interesting, please like and subscribe, and consider using my supporter creator code. And if you've got Discord, join our Discord server, STW Central. The link will be in the description of this video and bolted onto the end as usual. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.